Okay, hello and welcome back to the Pillars of the Earth. And today we're picking back up with Francis and Philip. Find out about the missing knight. Okay.
Thank you for your help.
How could I not help you? You're my little brother.
I knew I could rely on you.
Our Father that art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Okay, that was nice.
The cathedra, it is not for me to take that seat.
Fair enough. Okay. Who knows something about the missing knight? Should we go door to staircase? Leads up to the roof. That's the way back to the cloister. What a waste. It's a bright day outside. Almost candles are expensive. Yes, I want to put out every candle. Almost empty, nothing here is in order. I mean, really, we should have done this when we came in. But whatever. Should we go to the main gate or back? No, we'll go back out to the cloister. Maybe we can ask the young monks. They're gossipy.
Because God created us in his image. That's why we can all pray to him.
We don't need to go to church for that.
Brothers, have you two heard about a knight visiting Kingsbridge?
The Earl of Shiring was here, and some of his knights.
And many other nobles at Christmas.
It would have been a lone rider, a messenger.
I don't think so.
If someone had come to Kingsbridge, Brother Paul would have seen him.
Brother Paul went back out to his toll hut.
I see. Thank you.
See? Okay, boys, let's go to the cemetery now.
No, we are the temple.
Probably dug grave for James. James's grave's empty. How many empty graves are here? Oh, that's sad. I'm so proud. Hang on, no.
But why a church?
I
then?
wanted to go to the kitchen.
Why cathedrals?
One
Why do
of
we
them
create
said they'd
temples
meet
if
us
we
in
are
the
the temple?
kitchen. So I'd like to do that.
Isn't it almost arrogant to try and build a greater temple?
Where's the kitchen?
Don't say that.
Why
Back
not?
to the cathedral?
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the cathedral.
This priory is so much bigger than our small cell in the forest.
Oh, thank God. Open map. Okay, so where are we now? Forecourt? Kingsbridge Cathedral, House of the Prior. So before we came out that way, that's the cloisters. We came out that door, I think. That's where the monks are. So yeah, we want to go to the kitchen, so that should be to the right. Guest house. Door to the cloister. Kitchen door. The kitchen. Feels like coming home. Always go to St. Milius and Cuthbert. They deserve a better priory. Ooh. She's getting old. Oh. What about the other horse? Must be Francis's mount. Strong horse, good breed. Robert of Gloucester is in Richmond. I think it's Gloucester. collapsed tower, disgraced rubble should be removed. 4 years since the lightning struck. Morals collapsed as well. Ooh. That seems a bit rude. Cathedral main gate, collapsed tower. Guest desk. At least this looks well kept. Guest master, prize man. Too early to retire. Alright, we'll go to the kitchen.
Philip,
Brother Milius.
come. Warm yourself by the oven.
Is that Philip? Tell him to warm himself by the oven.
Thank you, Brother Cuthbert.
Some have only a prayer to warm themselves. Some have not even that. Okay. Warm yourself.
Ah, wonderful.
I always put some extra stones on the stove to warm up water. Put one in your pocket. You'll keep warm.
Oh? Ouch!
Careful. They're hot.
Jeez! Stone is still hot. Perfect to keep warm on cold winter days.
Nice and warm, and I didn't burn my hands, Milius.
I knew you could do it.
Okay. Milius, Brother Milius, the kitchener. About my age and my friend. Smelling of fish and salt. Cuthbert. Cuthbert Whitehead, the cellarer. He and his store smells of hop and honey. Old apples, dried herbs, and vinegar. Milius, let's talk to you.
Hard at work, as usual, Milius?
I have to serve salt fish 6 times a week now.
We hear you have fresh fish every day at your cell in the forest.
Every other day, we even have poultry.
You have done wonderful work at St. John's, Philip. We, on the other hand, had a weak prior for 13 years. May the Lord rest his soul. What you worked hard for at St. John's is wasted here in the mother house.
After the election, the new prior ought to put things right.
Remigius. Put things right.
You're kind, God Philip.
Maybe we underestimate Remigius.
He's about to burn all the books and documents in the prior's room, including the prior's ledgers.
Remigius says James asked for everything to be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
What? Without the ledgers, the priory's finances will be beyond saving. Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert.
I refused. I'm too old.
No one else dares to follow in Prior James's footsteps. Not since he began talking to the devil.
What?
One day he started talking to the devil, as if they were standing side by side. He was bargaining with the devil for his soul, whispering about his sins.
His sins? Did you see a knight in Kingsbridge?
You mean, aside from the nobles attending the Christmas service? No, I don't remember any knights visiting us.
We'll talk more later.
Talking to the devil. Word of God.
If there's one man I don't need to preach to, it's Milius.
What was that?
Nothing. It's just... I thought I'd love for you to have more of a say around here.
I'm just the kitchener.
And a friend. If you think I underestimate myself, then you do, too.
Maybe that's why we get along so well.
Cuthbert, struck to you.
Brother Cuthbert.
Ah, we were waiting for you. I hope you brought some of that wonderful cheese you make at St. John's.
I gave it to one of your novices.
Why would you do that?
He said it's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
Greedy brother Marcus.
You are too trusting, Philip.
You seem worried.
Brother Cuthbert, you seem worried.
Friar James was a kind man, but the priory is in a terrible state.
Philip knows. He was just too kind to say anything.
Yes, I know. I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk with Prior James about these matters.
We should be rich. The priory has much land and collects from many parish churches. But we are in debt. Our novices steal from us, Philip.
The novices are stealing?
Yes, someone took my keys. Remigius blames me for losing them. But someone used them to steal food from the cellar, more than once. Today I found something missing again.
That's no good.
Has there been a night to Kingsbridge recently?
Milius, wasn't there a poor soul found dead before Christmas?
I don't know if he was a knight.
He was put to rest in the cemetery.
The cemetery. That was the right thing to do.
Huh. Found dead. Okay.
Let us continue another time, Brother Cuthbert.
Of course.
Okay, well, that was worthwhile. Painted pot.
Milius, why do you keep a beautiful pot like this around?
Oh, it reminds me that we should strive for order and beauty. I started collecting some seeds and nuts because I wanted to start a new garden.
A good idea.
I never got around to collecting more, though. If you find some, let me know.
Nice pot with some seeds in it. Too nice pot for monk. Kitchen utility, ladles and spoons. Milius keeps everything nice and tidy. If only the rest of his choir was well kept.
You keep everything nice and tidy around here, Milius?
It's not easy. This morning, one of my ladles broke. That's never a good sign. Everything is falling apart.
Poor Milius. Way out into the cold can feel winter creeping in, as if a frozen hand was reaching for us. Okay, well that felt worthwhile. Glad we did that. At least the cloister stands strong. And St. John would contemplate outside, yet my flock is content. Okay, so let's go to the cemetery, see if we can see that dead guy. And we'll check with Brother Paul, who's the one who runs the toll bridge. Ask of the prior. Prior James's house in St. John. I sleep in the dormitory. Does the prior really need his own house? Good point. Arnaldus. Fresh grave, another grave, and their soul lying in wait. Go to the cloister. Graves. So many buried here awaiting Judgment Day. How near without sin? Will I be without sin when my time comes? Okay, let's speak to an Arnaldus. See if he knows anything.
Brother Arnaldus, how are you?
Huh? What?
How are you? Are you well?
Oh, Brother Philip. Yes, I am well. It's just that the dead won't stay in the ground.
What?
What?
The dead. It's probably those badgers always digging up the graves.
Damn badgers. Oh, novices. Are you the thieves?
Rotten badgers.
Rotten badgers indeed.
We used to eat them. Now, they're eating us.
Bastards. Fresh grave.
May his soul rest in peace. An hour is coming when all who are in the tombs will hear his voice and come out. Those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment.
Okay. Cool. The novice I met at the bridge. Both should be working or studying the Bible. Good point.
My father gave the priory a good deal of land to keep me fed. I won't eat salted fish all day.
Me neither.
Shall we go into the cellar again tonight?
Yes, Brother Marcus. You still have old Cuthbert's keys?
Indeed I do. I hid them right in the church. Stuffed them in the large crack in the wall.
I could do some crack stuffing myself.
Wow.
I bet you could.
They're confessing without knowing it. Lost their way. Not beyond saving. Okay, well, I'm gonna go get the key first. As a prior. Outside the cathedral.
It feeds us.
You're good boys.
We are people of God.
Crack in the wall. In the cathedral. Is that the crack in the wall? I don't see a crack in the cathedral. What do you mean outside the cathedral? Crack in the wall. What on earth? As if God were pointing at us that we fall from grace.
The novice said he hid the keys in here. They're here. I have them. This brother Marcus really did steal Cuthbert's keys.
How dare you?
Yet we need to eat too.
I like these two. They're
We come
nice.
together here. The pilgrims donate. So do the nobles.
Alright, you two.
We should go to shiring sometime. Heard they have a big-titted harlot there. One that would even do you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wow. Okay, so do you want to go to the House of Fire first? Or do you want to go to the kitchen? I guess we'll go to the House of Fire. So you said something about wanted to burn all of his books, which rude and horrible.
I asked not to be disturbed.
Brother Remigius, I'm sorry I interrupted your service.
You mean Prior James's service?
Quite so. I heard he fell through the ice. Horrible.
Yes. I was the one who found his rosary by the river. Now let me continue my work.
Why would Prior James walk out onto the river at night?
He was chased.
Chased? By whom?
The accuser.
But why would the devil be chasing him?
Better to not get involved in all this. Don't you have your own priory cell to run?
You really believe the devil killed the prior?
Some of the brothers do, and I respect their beliefs. We may never know what happened, and that's that.
Sus.
Now let me get back to my work.
Oh, he's not going to tell me anything about the night. Better not to antagonize him. No, I think I'll go to Cuthbert about your man first. About Brother Marcus. I don't know. I feel like... Yeah. No, we'll go to Cuthbert first.
It's getting cold. When will these novices learn to close the door?
Alright, Cuthbert. I got news for you, sir.
Brother Cuthbert.
Philip.
Cuthbert, I believe I found your keys.
Where did you find them?
The thief hid them in the cathedral.
That is a sacrilege. Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I will think about it.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
About the keys.
Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
I will think about it.
Keep them until we know what to do, will you?
I will leave you to your work.
I will leave you to yours.
Will you tell me what to do? I don't know if I want to report them.
Milius, may I have a word with you?
What can I do for you, Brother Philip? You look like you have something important to do. I'll be here if you need me.
Okay. Guest house, stables, horrible odor, should be cleaned, probably from neglect. Cats. We'll go into the stables next. Just explore a bit of everything first. And we'll decide what to do. I don't know, I don't trust Remigius. Ooh. Not happening. Not happening. That's funny. Go to the cathedral main gate. And do a pathway. Building by the fields. Kind of want to visit the
Hello?
village of Knightsbridge.
I'm sure there was someone moving behind a window, but most houses are empty.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, back to monastery then. Let's check out the chapter house.
I see. A temple to feed the temple.
Door to the front of the cathedral. Path to the middle.
Yes.
This priory is so much bigger than our small cell in the forest. Locked.
Well, can I use the keys? Because I have keys. Shabby manger, waste of cloth, at least fresh hay. Mill dirty. They let the old mill fall apart, now they pay for using the one next village. Road towards the south. Ah, Brother Paul! Freezing. Tries not to let it show. Too cold for someone his age. Brother Paul.
Brother Paul?
Philip. Ah, ouch. Oh.
Here, Paul.
Oh. Ouch. Oh. A hot stone. Ah. It's a mercy, Philip. Thank you.
Remigius should give you a fire, or not have you sit here at all.
I don't really mind. Winter is bound to end sometime. Philip, if you ever run into trouble with Remigius, be careful to answer him. Do not stay silent.
Silent?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. He becomes weak and defensive. It's not fitting for a sub-prior, let alone prior.
What's wrong with your foot, Brother Paul?
Oh, just a chilblain. It will ease when the spring comes, and the hot stone really helps, Philip.
You should have a fire.
It's all right. It's not that cold.
Don't take it lightly. Many will die this winter for lack of food or shelter.
Remigius thinks the Lord is testing us. Only the sinners perish.
No, the poor perish, and those that he has freezing out here.
Don't say anything to Remigius, will you? If he thinks I've been complaining, he'll be displeased.
Have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
A knight? Oh, yeah. Yes. He was just lying by the road, just a mile away from the priory. He must have fallen from his horse.
Where is he now?
He died. We buried him in the cemetery.
Did he have a name? Did he say anything?
He could not speak. But the look in his eyes told me he was afraid. I held his hand and prayed with him while he died.
Did the knight have anything with him?
There was a letter. I gave it to Prior James. Remigius will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers. James insisted that all his books and documents shall be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
I heard about this. I think that would be unwise.
Sometimes I wonder if it was because of that letter. A few days later, Prior James fell through the ice. Right here, Philip. Maybe I brought a curse on Kingsbridge.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Have faith in the Lord, Brother Paul. You did well.
Thank you, Philip.
Francis's knight had a letter with him. It's probably in the prior's room. Is there anything more we can say?
Brother Paul, a word.
That's again for advice.
What did you say again about Remigius's weakness?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. It's not fitting for a sub-prior.
So if anything comes up, stay
I have to
silent.
leave, Brother Paul.
Take care of yourself. It's getting colder, I think.
Path between the trees. Limestone, rough stone, poking out from the ground. If I were a mason, it might be of use to me. So, beech nuts. Quite a few nuts left. Oh! Judging by the tracks, squirrels are interested as well. Okay. Way back. So, colonized by God, James died here. James's body may still be here. Oh God. Lord have mercy on his soul. They're fishing there? Jesus.
James, I pray for you that when you stand before God, he will look upon you with mercy.
Yeah. Burn to Knightsbridge, path to the mill. Burn to Knightsbridge. Now, building by the fields, we've been there. Road towards the north. Road to Gloucester. Okay, we'll head to the gate. We'll go to the kitchen, I think. Hand over these beech nuts.
I found some beech nuts.
Ah, we will grow a beech tree then.
Wonderful.
If we ever get round to starting the garden.
I'm sure you will.
Okay, I did that. talk to them, so...
We must take good care of us. And our cathedral.
The chapter
What
has...
we have to ask ourselves is, can our Saint Adolphus still protect Kingsbridge in these dark times?
He couldn't protect Prior James. Ever since that lightning struck the cathedral, he wasn't the same.
When you take over my position as sacrist, you should implore the bishop to send us a new relic. By then I'll be sub-prior. The new prior and I will support you in this.
A new relic might also attract more pilgrims.
Philip of Gwynedd, I wanted to talk to you. How dare you disturb Brother Remigius' requiem?
I'm afraid the choir is waiting for me.
Stay, brother. There's no reason you shouldn't hear what Philip has to say for himself.
I beg your forgiveness. I was overwhelmed when I heard Prior James passed.
You should know better. I'm sure at St. John's you're a good prior, but here we adhere to the rules.
You mentioned a new prior.
The election will be held in a few days, when we all convene for the chapter meeting.
I'm looking for a document that was in the possession of Prior James.
How does that relate to my tasks? Talk to Remigius.
Let us continue this conversation later.
Of course. There's a lot of planning for me to do for the upcoming election.
Oof, that was tense.
We must.
Hey, boys. Yeah.
No. I heard it, I'm sure.
There was something. He's right.
The choir seems
Now
distracted.
stop it. Concentrate.
The cantor looks more
There
ups.
it was again.
You seem troubled, brother.
They won't sing.
It's Adolphus.
There was nothing, believe me.
I heard him crying in the crypt.
I think I heard him too.
No, you are mistaken.
It sounded like a whip, like he was chastising himself.
It's the end of days.
Brother Philip, please help me. Prove to them that there is nothing and no one down there.
Okay. How do I get down to the crypt? It's up to the roof. Okay, well first I'll talk to Francis, update him a bit, if I can.
Philip, have you found something yet?
I have.
Not yet. I will see what I can do.
Excuse you, I absolutely have.
The letter is probably in the prior's room. But the sub-prior is going to burn all of James's documents.
What? We cannot allow that to happen, do you hear?
Of course not.
Ah, there's the crypt. Here Adolphus sleeps until he will be raised at the end of days.
Locked.
Can I use Cuthbert's keys? Can't see. If I look around my eyes, might.
Let's see what we can find. No reason to be afraid. Nothing.
The remains of Saint Adolphus, one of the 49 martyrs of Cordoba, lying in wait.
These old cathedrals are bound to make strange sounds. Nothing here. The saint rests in peace. Even if it is Adolphus, we would have to welcome him. Hello? Oh!
There's something up there? Dear Lord. It's a bird? That is one creepy looking bird.
What is that?
Strange being. The size of a child, but it flew.
What is that? It's the size of a child. Hello? Oh! Oh. An owl. Just an owl. The choir will be relieved to know that. I should tell them.
Just an owl looking straight at me. Where did it come from? Yeah.
The brothers did hear something after all.
I want to talk to it. I want to make friends with the owl. Word of God?
I will contemplate this later.
Yeah, fair enough. What does he say about a dog?
God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, bye-bye, owl. Close the crypt.
Did you not hear it?
There is no need to worry, brothers. Adolphus is resting in peace. It was just an owl.
I told you it was nothing.
God bless you, Brother Philip.
I knew I heard something.
Now, be silent, concentrate, and...
Wonderful. The cathedral makes their voices sound even greater. Okay, well, I think we'll leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day. Goodbye.